Okay, this talk we're going to say about getting insulted, how not to get insulted, how you can become immune to insults, okay, and attacks and what people say about you or to you. Okay, normal people get insulted by things other people say to them, right? I mean, that's what an insult. Insult is I say to you something, you get insulted. You don't like what I said. All right. But the way around this, so you never get insulted again, is you need to see other people's words and actions as expressions of themselves rather than a critique against you. An insult, to be insulted, means I say something to you about you. You do not like what I have said. It's not pleasant, it's derogatory. So you get insulted because I am talking about you. But if I am in pain and suffering and angry, and I say something out of anger, then I'm not really, even if I say you piece of shit, I'm speaking out of my own personal pain and anger. I'm not really talking about you. So if you could see everything everybody says to you in a negative way as an expression of their pain and suffering, you will never take anything negatively and get hurt and upset again, right? Now, I want to ask you, have you ever done that? In other words, say something derogatory to anyone, either a friend, a close loved one, or a stranger, or someone working in the coffee shop, or whatever. Have you ever said anything insulting or derogatory in any way to someone that you did not mean, that was not about them, but was merely, you just, I'm bursting of anger for something, or I'm, whatever, frustrated, and I just said that, I didn't mean it. Ever do that? No, of course, you never did that. You're perfect. So tell me, who in this world is not suffering some kind of pain? Who in this world has a perfect life and does not ever feel pain and suffering and uncontrollably, without better judgment, express that upon some innocent person in some way? It don't happen. That it doesn't happen, I mean. Right? It's always happening. It's a human thing. I had a friend, very funny, Indian from Bombay, and he moved to Montreal. And we were talking, and he was telling me when he first arrived in Montreal, a long time ago, and he didn't understand. He was a young guy in his early 20s, never been out of India in his life. You know how hot India is, right? Bloody hot, okay, all year. In Bombay, bloody hot all year, okay. So he's saying he arrived in Montreal in February, at night. And he didn't know, because he had some school scholarship, to Canada. And he did not know about winter. And he didn't do his research. He had no concept of winter. And Montreal in February, back then we're talking about minus 40, minus 50, 50 below zero. And for those of you who are saying, well, is it centigrade or Fahrenheit? At 40 below, they equate. So 40 below centigrade is the same as 40 below Fahrenheit. Just how the scales work. When they're different, but when they get to 40, both is 40. 50 below, again, the centigrade is even colder than the Fahrenheit. So regardless of if you're an American or from the rest of the world, where the rest of the world uses centigrade, except Americans still use Fahrenheit, it's bloody cold. Colder than you can imagine. So he arrives, gets out of the airport, takes the taxi to his hotel, and he's freezing, can't believe this. Anyhow, now the thing that also people don't generally know is when it is 40 below or colder, the air is actually so cold that moisture cannot condense, which means the sky is crystal clear. The clouds cannot form at that temperature, at that low temperature. You cannot have clouds. So he gets up the next morning and opens the curtains in the hotel, and it's beautiful sunshine, perfectly clear sky, blue sky, not a cloud in the sky, anything. Ah, thank God the weather's warmed up. So he puts on his t-shirt and shorts and goes down to the lobby. He said, I went to the lobby and everybody's just staring at me like I'm an alien. And I thought, what, they never saw an Indian before? What is, they never saw someone from India? What's wrong with these people? And he walks out the door of the hotel and gets hit with 40-something below zero in t-shirt and shorts. And he realized why they were staring at him. Didn't take long before he went back in. Right. You see, the thing is that we see something and we interpret. He saw blue sky, and to him it meant hot weather, and he got a hell of a shock. When you interpret what somebody says, you get a shock, because it's not what you expected. You expect people to be nice to you. You don't expect them to insult you. So when they say something insulting, you get a shock. Oh my God, that hit me like what? You get angry back. But when you know everybody is suffering and in pain, and that in that pain and suffering through normal life, we tend to say negative things. We view things negatively. That this is normal for every human being to be suffering pain and therefore express themselves in some cases angrily, negatively, putting other people down, insulting other people out of pain. And I accept that as normal. I don't get insulted. But when I see the blue sky and expect it to be warm, I get a hell of a shock. And that's your insult. Because you're not dealing with reality. When you deal with the reality of the suffering of every human being, even the rich ones, obviously, because a lot of those movie stars and rich people commit suicide, so they got to be in some kind of pain, regardless of their fame and wealth. Everybody is suffering, and we will, because humans are stupid, cannot control our words and actions, and we will attack other people. It's normal. So everyone else in the hotel put on their hat and their coats and their gloves and their long pants and their boots, went outside, no problem, except this poor guy. So if you want to truly be immune to attacks and insults, all you have to do is remember that everybody without exception is enduring some sort of emotional and mental pain to different degrees, at different moments, at different times in their life, and that they are expressing themselves due to their pain and suffering, which is not necessarily about you. Now, if you are, I think I've used this example before, if you are a woman and I call you a woman, you don't get upset. But if you are a woman and I call you a man, you might get upset. If you're a man and I call you a girl, you might get upset. Excuse me, what are you talking about? That's not it. Or you go to a restaurant and they give you a senior discount and you're only 40 years old. You're going to say, I look 65? What is this? You get upset. I did. It was, I think, 40-something birthday. And the girl gave me a senior's discount. She said, that's your birthday, and we don't have a birthday deal, so I just made it as if you're a senior, so you can have a 10% discount for your birthday. I didn't get upset. So the truth is, either when someone is attacking you or insulting you, the truth is either that they are venting and it's not about you, or that you actually did do something wrong. Now here's the other psychological manipulation, the self-lying. You do something wrong and someone says you did that wrong. You do something stupid and they call you stupid. If you accept the truth of your actions, you won't get insulted. You'll feel stupid. You'll feel bad, whatever it is, but you won't be insulted as if I called you an asshole when you've been very nice to me. I've been so nice to you. Why are you calling me an asshole? So if you still get very angry, then you're in denial of your actions. So you see what's happening is you twist two ways. The first way you twist is twist when I'm yelling at you, that I'm actually yelling at you instead of seeing the truth that I'm just expressing my pain. And the second way is when I'm yelling at you and you deserve it, you're twisting that I didn't really do anything bad. I'm really a good person. I didn't screw up. So you're ignoring the reality of your own actions. Okay? So anytime you get insulted, upset, hurt, your feelings are damaged, it is 100% of the time due to your own denial of reality, of either the objective truth about it's not personal to you, or you deserve it, and you've got to do something to make up for what you've done. And this is how you can never, or you can become someone like me and never ever be insulted, no matter what anybody does or says. It is impossible for me to get insulted. Even if I tried, I can't. So you can actually totally eliminate the experience of being insulted, of hurt feelings, and being so sensitive. Now, obviously, your life will be better if you never get insulted. It's clear. That's obvious. But now let's take that a step further. When you talk to somebody and they get insulted or upset by something you said, which is, but I didn't mean it. It was innocent. I didn't mean to put you down. You know, it wasn't even attacking you. I actually, in my opinion, I was complimenting you. How many times has that happened? Oh boy, that happens to me a lot. I say something I think is a compliment. They take it as an insult. And they get upset. Now, my God, I feel bad. Either. If I say something innocently and you get angry and insulted, either I'm going to feel bad because I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Now I feel bad. I feel guilty. I'm uncomfortable. I'm scared to talk to you because I don't know what to say. Innocent things. I may get you upset. Somehow that sounds like most marriages, at least stereotypically. So now I'm scared to talk to you. And I feel guilty. You've created, or A has created, we won't put the guilt on you for getting upset for an innocent thing. A barrier has been created. Sort of like no man's land between countries. You know, where there's a fence at my border and a fence at your border, and there's a space between the fences we call no man's land, so that I can repair my fence on both sides. I can go to the no man's land and, you know. So you've created a no man's land, a space that I'm scared to cross. So I'm not coming across to your side of the fence. Because when I did last time, you got angry at me. So not only are you hurting yourself with these negative emotions and your experience, you know, your negative experience, but you are creating barriers and pushing people away without realizing it. You're making it impossible to have close, sincere connection with other human beings. So that's why this is so important. Because not only does it change your personal experience of life through your own emotional reactions and everything, the repercussions of that. But it is about relationships. It's about isolating yourself. It's about making your life one that is lonely, alone, separated, or one that is filled with companionship, closeness, true friends. This is very important, and so simple. The objective reality that everyone is suffering and that their words are purely words that are expressions of pain, of unconsciousness, of a lack of tact, of whatever stupidity is within them that is not about you, or your lack of tact, your incompetence, your mistake that you should not be avoiding, but acknowledge, accept responsibility, and do your best to correct so that you don't continue doing this. Imagine a world where everybody thought this way. We had, 16 minutes here on the clock on this video. Can you imagine? In 16 minutes, I've presented you with a simple method that if everyone on the planet would adopt, there would be no wars, no fights, no conflicts, no divorce, no anger, no low self-esteem, no problems. I hope this video goes viral.
Question.
Good luck. Oh, we got a question.
Yeah. If this person delivers an outburst that has some truth in it, what is the best approach? Well, I guess you've already given the best approach of dealing with them if they gave an irrational outburst, but a truthful outburst, just quickly accept, apologize, whatever, know the truth, don't fight it.
Yes, that's what I said. If it is a valid attack because you have actually done something wrong, then you have to accept the responsibility, apologize, do what you can to fix it. But most importantly, the introspection of your actions such that for the future, you do your best never to repeat these same thoughtless mistakes. But that involves a complete renovation of your own personality, of course. So it is expected that you will make the mistake repeatedly until you have corrected this character flaw of doing things which are worthy of being condemned. Okay?
Good.
All right, good luck. 18-minute recording. Change the world. Let's see if we can make this viral. Bye-bye.